State explain. Hawaii. Hawaii is the 50th state to join the Union. It's the 43rd in size and 41st most populated. Hawaii gets its name from the easternmost main island, or Big Island. It's also supposedly a play on Hawaii Aloha, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong, which is a combination of Hawaii and Loa, like the mountain. And Hawaii Aloha is a Proto-Polynesian Swahili word that means homeland. And yes, for those who aren't aware and aren't looking at the screen, unlike Rhode Island, Hawaii is an archipelago of islands. A bunch of tiny ones, but the main ones, Hawaii, Big Island, the biggest. The second biggest, Maui, the Valley Island. Kaho'olaui, the smallest and most unpopulated. Lanai, the Pineapple Island. Molokai, the Friendly Island. Oahu, the Gathering Place, the most populated island and location of the capital of Hawaii and largest city, Honolulu. And farther away from the other islands, Kauai, the Garden Island, and Niihau, which is sort of private property owned by the Robinson family's descendants, but also people live on the island, but they're natives, and the Robinson family. It's super weird. No one's allowed on the island without permission. It's sort of, I guess, like a preserve. I don't know. It's known as the Aloha State. Aloha is basically the only Hawaiian word most Americans know. It means both hello and goodbye. And also apparently it's kind of like Kuna Matata. Spam is incredibly popular in Hawaii. It's a can of processed ham and pork, and they really, really like it. It's also pretty popular in this region because a lot of the Pacific Islands are smaller and less inhabitable than most parking lots, so of course they have to use a lot of processed food. Despite the Hawaiian flag having a big Union Jack, aka the British flag, up here, it was never actually part of the British Empire. The natives just really liked the design, because the British did find it. The British called it the Sandwich Islands. After the Earl of Sandwich, yes, that is a real thing apparently. Sandwich is a town in the middle of nowhere, who claims to have invented the sandwich, like the food, but of course folding some meat between two pieces of bread is super ancient and no one person can actually claim to have invented it. But don't worry, people of Sandwich, because there's the South Sandwich Islands, a bunch of frozen rocks that are completely worthless in South America. Florida is close, but Hawaii is the only U.S. state that is actually within the tropics. A lei is like a ring of flowers given out for normally any positive activity, from saying hello to someone graduated. Speaking of flowers, a Hawaiian shirt, which is typically just a short sleeve light shirt covered with a lot of tropical flowers and stuff, supposedly originates from when Europeans forced the native Hawaiians to wear clothes and they chose to decorate them with flowers. Hawaii is full of volcanoes, including Kilauea, the most active volcano on Earth. It was literally consistently active from 1983 to 2018. The islands were made from volcanoes, which is why you'll see black soil, which is amazing. Hawaii is the most pretty state, hands down, no competition. At 37% of the population, Hawaii is predominantly Asian American, making it have the highest population of Asian Americans out of any state. Hawaii is one of two states that are not connected to the rest of the United States. But unlike Alaska, it's at least connected to the American continent. Hawaii is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Not even part of the continent and hilariously far away from everything. Hawaii is part of the broader cultural Micronesian, Melanesian, Polynesian cultural group. Incredible sailors originating from Taiwan who colonized a vast majority of the Pacific Ocean and even all the way to Madagascar of all places. Along with California, Texas, and Vermont, Hawaii is one state that was independent for a while, with like its own culture and religion and language and people, and you start questioning, why is this part of America? Because the age of empire in America was manifesting their destiny. Hawaii being tropical yet again, this means it's full of sugarcane and coffee potential. American businessmen came in and slowly outpopulated the native Hawaiians and took over basically everything, started oppressing Hawaiian culture and everything, to eventually they literally overthrew the government and asked to be annexed by the US, but the president at the time wasn't really interested, so they had to wait around for them to find a president who would allow them just to be annexed, so they were their own republic for a while. primarily made up of white people, including the Dole family, which, yes, that Dole family. But new US election, new president, and we finally annexed the island and only apologized in the 90s. The heir to the Hawaiian throne is a guy named Quentin. Pearl Harbor is one of the main US ports, and was famously bombed during World War II, which is what brought US into the war. Hawaii and Alaska became states around the same time in the late 50s, so there is potential for someone to have a 49-star flag at the time. But with new statehood, that meant the revival of Hawaiian culture that was suppressed for a while. Surprising no one, Hawaii is its own thing regionally and culturally. Stereotypes of Hawaii include beaches, surfing, tiki, pineapples, volcanoes, white tourists culturally appropriating, and treating Hawaii as just one giant resort. Politically, Hawaii is one of the most liberal states in the US. Last time they voted conservatively for a president is 1948, and the only other time before that was in 1972. Barack Obama was born in Hawaii, despite what a lot of old people like to lie about. Some other famous people from Hawaii include Bruno Mars, Jason Momoa, Izzy the Summer Over the Rainbow guy, Markiplier, Bethany Hamilton, King Kamehameha I the Great, the guy who united all the islands. Media set in Hawaii include Lilo and Stitch franchise, Hawaii Five-0, Baywatch Hawaii, Magnum P.I., and about at least one vacation episode of every show ever. But what do you guys think? You like Hawaii? Plan on visiting? Did I pronounce the words okay enough? Let me know in the comments below. And when you're down there, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button.